Do you want to do a podcast? We make a darn good team. It always goes without a hitch. Let's head to Twitch and go start up the stream. Do you want to do a podcast? It's the Nerd Glasses Podcast. Let's start now. Hi everyone and welcome to the Nerd Glasses Podcast.
Come? Alright, I'll do my own bits myself.
Oh wait, no silence.
We're doing it. Get off the road.
Hey Dave,
Hello!
what's the difference between a good joke and a bad joke timing? That was the
Depending on if
joke.
there's
Hello,
a camera on, or if you're of a certain ethnicity or gender, and you choose to talk about a different ethnicity and gender.
It was a bad joke.
Also, where you are is very, very. Don't make Albany jokes. Not in Albany. People don't care about Albany. Just letting you know. Nobody gives a hoot.
I like how we're not technically in Albany, but
See?
we're making stuff at
We're
Albany's
not in Albany,
expense.
and I made an Albany joke, and nobody cares.
There's like a donut of where you can make fun of Albany. Right in Albany, don't do it. Outside of it, go for it. Everyone loves it. Outside of that, what are you doing? Stop it. So be within the donut. The donut is tasty. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Nerd Glasses Donut. I'm Boater.
And I'm Davey Donut.
Oh, I'm Boater Boston Cream.
Fine. We're going to specificity of flavor.
I had to think of alliteration, Dave. It's the best I could do. I could have been Boater Bagel, but that's not nearly so sweet. But it does still fit the shape that we're talking.
Butter bagel. Coming soon in the fall, Insane Tastes. We're just going to have a restaurant. We're
The
gonna
Nerd
have...
Glasses Nomcast.
Yes. Yes, that's going to be our mukbang stream title. The Wendy's in the Wilton Mall. Has employees in it. It has Wendy's logo and branding. The lights are on. The drive-through has menu things and lights that turn on and rigmarole and falderole. So you heard it here first. Sweet, sweet Chicky Sandy, be mine soon.
Yeah, like, there's an Albany that's in, like, Saratoga that-a-way is Saratoga, but as far as, like, being convenient, there hasn't been a Wendy's that's convenient. I'm quite excited for that Wendy's, as you can tell. The only way I would be more excited, if an Arby's moved in, I would rip off the headset and do a couple of laps to try to burn off some of the energy.
Oh, this stream would be sponsored by that Arby's. No problem. We would go to the franchise owner and be like, listen, you will give us...
Sponsored or not, we would do the stream from within the restaurant. It's like, we're gonna be here. You could either call law enforcement or sponsor us. And who wants to deal with police reports?
Listen, I paid cash for my my curly Q's, and I plan on getting as much sauce out of it as I can.
I'm seeing how many beef and cheddars I can wolf down during a stream. And how many will come back up the next stream. Hey, everyone!
And so many more streams that we're absolutely doing. We're doing a mukbang stream. We're going to broadcast live from a Arby's somewhere at some time, so watch out.
IKEA's still on the table. Last I knew, I don't know.
By the way, have not found... I was in San Francisco. IKEA, not convenient to get to there either. I literally do not know if they literally were like, where do we put our store? 45 minutes away from everything. Perfect. Like... What, you really thought Swedish Chef would have been better? Swedish Chef, where do we put the We're just, this is what we're doing. We should absolutely one of these days just do characters on the stream. Do the program straight faced and don't tell anybody that that's what we're doing.
Oh my god. Supposedly, theoretically, this program exists to inform people of things. I can't be informative in the Swedish chef voice. If you understand anything I say in that, then I'm glad that I'm doing a good job of saying it, and you also must have, like, 17 linguistics degrees. So, good job. Or just a lot of background with the Muppets. Honestly, they're interchangeable. Hopefully, more like Rick Morris didn't see that with her linguistics degrees. Anyway, hey Dave, let's talk about a Twitch ban.
Who's getting kicked off Twitch? And please don't tell me that it's someone for doing something that was so easily defined in the terms of service that you would think, did you read them?
Well, it's interesting. Because when you do something satirically or ironically, you're still doing something. That sounds worse than it is.
No,
so let me get into things.
It sounds like someone on the internet did something and they were like, I'm being ironic, and then they got in trouble.
No. Abelina Sabrina was banned for reading a satirical romance novel titled Ice Planet Barbarians. This is a novel that is published, and she was reading from it, and she had, I believe, express permission from the author to, read their work and broadcast whatever. But it's a romance novel satire, so it uses romance novel tropes. And while it doesn't get steamy, it is still suggestive, and thus she was banned for sexually suggestive content. For reading this book that isn't necessarily intended for mature audiences. It does the literary equivalent of they fall to the bed while wearing all their clothes fade to black. And I guess camera lingering a little bit with gaze, but you know
what, Boater? I'm going to switch gears here. Who are you people that watch these streamers just to catch little things that could potentially be reported for their behavior and things like that? Get a life!
It's like,
watch somebody else on Twitch!
Like, according to Twitch's terms of service, yeah, that was sexually suggestive, and I get it. That is a violation by the letter of the law. But, like, for anyone that was tuning in, it's very, this was a harmless thing.
Go back to Reddit. Rage in your little man corner there.
We need to bring Mixer back so all the trolls go there. Or so all the good content creators go there and the trolls stay on Twitch. Either way.
No. So the trolls go there, and then all the good content creators from Twitch get bought out to go to Mixer, and then come back because welcome back.
We're still waiting for that buyout money, Mixer. Like we're waiting for the Wendy's sponsorship and the Slim Jim sponsorship.
They should touch a blade of grass.
Touch grass is kind of Tumblr speak for you should go outside. Like, get off the computer, go outside, go touch grass.
That's funny. I don't spend time on the internet. It shows how I
talk. The only
talk.
reason I know that is because I follow the YouTuber PM Seymour, and most of his content is just reading Tumblr posts as a voice actor, like with funny voices. And so that's how I was exposed to the term touch grass. It's a more evocative way of saying go outside. I do too much. And Dude Icarus just called you an old man. Put another N on there and you're correct. Anyway, that's what I've got for Twitch ban. Abelina Sabrina, it was a 7-day ban, I believe. And she said something along the lines of like, well, no more reading, I guess.
Cool. So, along with that, did you know that I guess it's an anime thing, but the term "ara ara," that voice thing,
that one escapes me.
I know something pop culture that Boater doesn't. Oh my god, you know what I'm talking about, Steve, don't you? Yes, I do. Okay. So it's basically where the person starts in a very never say that again. Says Level. So basically, there's an ambiguity as to whether or not that expression, being that the popular meme based around that is a person in a very high pitched voice asking if people want them to say it, and then they then like get like really high pitched and squeaky, and then they switch to a very sultry tone and they say it very slowly.
So that's why Dude Icarus is saying you can say it, but not in May.
I don't have any context outside of that because I've only heard it used on like TikTok by people, but it's usually like pets or okay. So Dude Icarus is shaking his head no, but basically that's
It's really funny when your introduction to a meme is in a completely different context, and then you try to use it in that context, and everyone is like, "No, you didn't."
so. The long short of this is
I don't
there
know
was a
what this
debate-
one is, but that's the vibe I got from this interaction right now visually.
There was a debate. I appreciate that Steve of all people is the one telling me. There's a corner of the internet where people feel that if you say that on stream, just like referencing Ritz and other things, you should just catch a ban.
Wow.
And the power of words is amazing.
Welcome, Brew Nerd. How's it going? Thank you very much for dropping by the stream tonight.
So yeah, if not, you know what? After May, we'll explore that more. Or on a,
Not
it's like
a-
a suggestive. Oh my.
Okay, Dave. What? Have...
So, I've scoured the internet for games that are coming out in the next 7 days that catch my attention and could be interesting to you. If you see any, if you have any, if we've missed any out, let us know. But I've got 3, and I'm super indifferent to some of them. But one of them, and the first one, is out today for the PC. It is actually a game that originally started on a game jam, and it's a game that you have played on stream before.
Yes.
And I am super excited to see that
Nerd Vision.
that in Nerd Vision. I love that our producer, by the way, unseen off camera, also does the magic spirit fingers for it. But Hard Space Shipbreaker 1.0 is out as of today.
Out of early access. I had a lot of fun playing this game a few times. Of course, while I was playing it in early access, sometimes it would reset the progression as they added huge new patches. I desperately need a new graphics card before I try to stream it again. But yeah, it is a really fun game. It rides that line between being a good, like, let me exist in this space and zen out, and then realizing, oh no, that reactor's about to blow, I need to do this right now, right now, right now, oh no, oh no, oh no! Okay, great game, I love it. Highly recommended.
For those of you that haven't seen or know, it's the idea that you're in space and there's a lot of junk out there, and you're the person that's going to clean it up for profit.
But not your own profit, though. You were sponsored to go up there to the tune of 1 billion credits, and you got to work all that off first. So it has a lot of capitalist themes, I think edging more towards satire than taking it straight, because hyper-capitalist themes in sci-fi have been massively overdone, and you can't really play it straight anymore. So it's not as satirical as, say, Outer Worlds, which I was playing, but it's still like, oh, okay, I gotcha. What little I was doing with the story since the last update, like there was like a side story with, some side characters are like looking to unionize, and that gets them, in some sort of deep trouble that I didn't quite get up to yet, and yeah. It's, and that's like story that happens between missions. During the actual game itself, and of course you can just do like sandbox mode and free play, you're just taking apart big ships, putting the pieces where they gotta go, and making money.
Or, if you're like me, just hoying them out into the reaches of space when the game goes, that was very valuable, and we should have kept that, and me being like, nah!
That was 23,000 credits worth of carbon nanofiber. Thanks for that.
Hubble Space Telecope? Telecope? Hubble Space Yeet!
Do you want to try that again, or are you happy with that?
No, take one. That's
Okay.
always good.
Okay. One take wonder.
So, I know what you're thinking. This game's a little nerdy. I'm really not into it. I'm into more,
Because we all know that nerds aren't interested in watching our program.
Exactly,
Nerds don't
exactly.
watch this. We want to make sure we have other stuff.
Exactly. So, for those of you that are more into gritty, but not to say realism, but real enough in themes and things like that, have I got a game for you coming out on the 26th for the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, Xbox One, the Series X, and Windows. We have Sniper Elite 5. The return of our intrepid hero, Carl Fairburn, returning from V2, 3, 4, 5, Zombie Army Trilogy, Zombie Army 4, Dead War. This game taking place in France in 1944, and you are trying to disrupt the Nazi Project Kraken. They've actually done a pretty good job of not telling you what exactly your mission goal is, but basically, do you like games where you have to play as a sniper? Do you like those 3D modes and things like that? Then bada boom! This is the title for you!
Are you not sick of killing Nazis yet?
You're never sick of killing Nazis. Always Nazis. But, I will say this game is a little bit more challenging than the gritty dirt and shooting things. Because did you notice there was not a singular point where our main character was in a firefight with multiple people? It's because if that happens, you're gonna lose, and you're gonna lose real fast.
Yeah.
Be stealthy or don't play. This is not the game to abandon plans.
So we're not going to, all of us on the channel, gather around it and play it like we did with Hitman.
So we can. You can. You just less people are going to be successful.
Okay.
In 5, you will probably be more successful than we would in previous titles.
Okay.
One of my friends is a very big fan of this. Partially because he is ex-military, and partially because he likes that it's not another Medal of Honor, another Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah,
one of
it's
these,
got
like,
different mechanics.
one
Yeah.
person saves the universe. It's like, well, you play a part in the mission, and storyline-wise, sometimes you do your part, and the mission still fails. Because the rest of the world happens.
Yeah.
Now, Border, I know what you're thinking. I'm not really a fan of shooters. I need something that I can sit down and just chew on and just play. But something like popcorn gaming, not necessarily something very long.
Yeah.
Well, on the 27th, then, you can dive yourself on the PlayStation 4, the Switch, and the Xbox One and Windows to Pac-Man Museum Plus.
Ooh.
It is a sequel to 2014's Pac-Man Museum, which we have here at Insane Games, right here in the Wilton Mall. And it's basically a greatest hits of Pac-Man titles. Not just your typical Waka Waka Waka, but sometimes the platformer titles, the non-traditional Pac-Man ball rolling games, and things like that. It's a greatest hits. If you're a Pac-Man IP fan, this is the game for you.
Nice.
So
you say it's a follow-up to Pac-Man Museum. Does it have a completely different selection of games, or does it also include what was on that one?
So it includes those titles as well as
more. Okay.
Licensed ones that came out either after Pac-Man Museum in 2014 or games that they just hadn't digitized to put in. It's Pac-Man. If you're a fan of Pac-Man and all things Waka, you will be happy. If you're not gonna lie to you, this will not do it for you.
I had Ms. Pac-Man on Commodore when I was growing up, and was it on Commodore or in television? I think it was on the Commodore. And like I played that one a lot at the time, but I know that like right now I'd play 5 minutes and then be like, all right, I'm done with this. So not for me, but Hardspace Shipbreaker was for me. Maybe this is for you.
I like the idea of this game. I like that They also added something that I think is kind of fun, which is when the game first boots up, there's a little overworld arcade, and as you play the game and get high scores and things like that. Oh, sorry, Pac-Man 256, which is in the trailer. There is a reference to level 256 in Pac-Man, which is when the code starts to break and the game starts to fall apart. And I'm really, that would be enough for me to buy that game just to play that because of the reference to. Pac-Man didn't have a written scripted end, but the hardware sure did.
Yeah, that's what happens when you use 8-bit everything.
It was a free mobile game, points out Dude Icarus, but, sometimes you got to open up the wallet to see a game that doesn't have microtransactions in it yet.
Or you play it with a controller, a gamepad, as God intended.
But this one looks like it's going to be fun. They have a cute little overworld where as you get points, you can spend them on getting little characters to be in your arcade, and little arcade cabinets, and this and the other. It's fun. It's referential to days of bygone past. And, here's hoping that Pac-Man, we hope you're doing okay out there, wherever you are.
Okay. Let's see here. Playing, watching, anything new?
Finally got to sink my mitts into the Call of Duty Operation Monarch, the finally Godzilla's in Call of Duty that everyone's been telling Dave it's going to be happening for the last 6 years, and it finally happened, and it ends tomorrow. So I have been enjoying as much of it as I can.
Nice.
I have been enjoying shoosting at my favorite kaiju. And it's fun. I'm happy that the license and IP got this treatment because it's quite good.
Okay.
Other than that, baseball, a lot of baseball. Trying to keep up with the Giants. They're a couple games back from the playoffs, and I want to make sure that when fall comes and playoff happens, that I get to root for the Giants at a high volume inappropriately at an Applebee's. Like last year.
Because what else is Applebee's for?
They couldn't find the game last year. It was the playoffs. I understand the MLB is not a big thing, but they literally were like, oh, I didn't know the New York Giants were playing today. And me and my two friends and my brother were literally like, put the baseball on the TV, bringy the wingy, and go away.
Bringy the wingy.
I'm actually excited for the stories I found for this week because it's a lot of stuff that we've talked about here and this and that and the other. But then there's some little news tidbits that I'm happy I'm getting the algorithms for my social medias to start giving me things, and I'm very excited for it. But what have you been watching? What have you been playing?
Nothing new. I've started rewatching Half-Life VR, but the AI is self-aware. I talked about that. It was something that was originally streamed using Gary's mod, playing Half-Life 1, and with others in as the AI, but just a bunch of voice actor friends. Having a great time, really enjoying rewatching that. Playing, I am still in Stellaris, and been playing a lot of Raft with Sam the Lion, who is one of our St. Jude team members. And yesterday we died, both of us, and it was very disheartening. And the way it works in Raft is that even if you save the world, you can go back to a previous save state of the world, but your player status and inventory is kept track of separately on your hard drive without backups. So we could have gone back and rolled back 10 minutes in the world, but we still respawned with nothing. So it was disheartening, but we managed to track our way over to another little island, rebuild our stuff, go back, and working our way through storyline stuff. So yeah, that's playing. Let's start off our news topics with
Wait a minute. You're underselling.
Yep, as long as I mentioned St. Jude.
You're underselling the fact that Boater has crushed it this year and has already raised $930, and you still got a week.
Yeah, there is still 1 week to go. Tuesday, May 31st is the last day of St. Jude Play Live. On the Citadel tonight, I'm going to be playing Star Wars The Force Unleashed. If you're wondering what the heck I was doing under the table, I'm at $930 right now. If we get to $1,000 tonight, I have to play for at least 10 minutes with two of these guys on my hands. I know, it's going to be rough. Also, I can't do ventriloquism, so I'm not going to try to hide my mouth while I'm making the puppet talk.
Don't hide the mouth. It's if
Maybe
people
I'll
are
just do this.
if people are no, just hold it out.
Yeah.
But
Jim Henson had a great thing about, like, it doesn't matter if you can see the puppeteer. Who's going to look at the guy with the beard when the frog is talking?
exactly. If people are looking at you while you're doing ventriloquism, you're not doing it right. You're not
Yeah.
keeping their attention.
Yeah, exactly. Way to go, Butter. Thank you, Brunerd. Yeah, I'd love to see if we can hit that
Hell
1,000
yeah.
tonight, and I'll game with these, and then an additional. I'll say for at least 10 minutes, and then an additional minute for every $10 donated after that. So hopefully we can get those donations in tonight. And what about you, Dave? How's your campaign going? And what do you got coming up?
I'm super stoked. We're already $161 deep into our campaign. I have eaten more disgusting Bean Boozled beans this year than I imagined possible. And just enjoying my time. Tomorrow is the League Reaper gaming for cause, where he will match up to $500 in donations. On the weekend Wednesday, we will be playing from 9 p.m. till midnight. That is the cutoff time when he totals all the donations that have been gotten and matches those donations. And I'm super stoked about that.
Let me say, last year, if you want your donation to be doubled on the weekend Wednesday, you got to show up early, because $500 was donated in the first half hour before anything was even played as far as a game. Dave was just trying to get through his intro and talking about St. Jude and being left speechless at everyone's generosity, and we hit that $500 that was to be doubled a half an hour into the stream before any gameplay happened. So I will be stopping by at the start of the stream tomorrow. Not in person, but I will be in chat. Yeah, show up, make your dollary dues count for double.
By the way, I am going to tease this. Top donor will be taking home one of these custom dice sets that I commissioned for St. Jude's Play Live. A couple other ones will be gifted out to some folks in the community and things like that. But these created by the wonderful Noodler Canoodler. Steve, could you drop a link to Noodler's endeavors? Because I know she created some awesome things.
Yep.
But these
I know
dice,
there's a Facebook page. It's an Etsy shop.
custom created, and really excited to have those. So
welcome Taco Pill to
what's
the
going on, dude?
stream.
So I plan on stealing my stomach and readying up to eat an ungodly amount of
too.
disgusting things. This year, however, I do absolutely plan on not. We had a pinata last year, and someone's like, "Do a Stone Cold Stunner," and I was like, "Okay." So I put the couch cushions down, and for those of you that don't know the stunner, it's where you put I put the pinata's head on my shoulder, and I went to sit down, but when I went to sit, I pushed the pad out from under me with my feet, and we have marble floors here in the studio. So at the start of the stream, I busted my tailbone pretty bad, and then spent the next 4 hours eating awful food, jumping up and down, doing push-ups and things like that for the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids.
But I'm not buying a pinata this year. It's not happening. If you donate enough, I'll do another stunner. It doesn't matter. It's
Thank you for that link,
dude.
Dude Icarus, to Cosmic Rose Dice on Etsy. Yeah, doing fantastic work. And again, one of those sets will be up for whoever is the top donor tomorrow.
Yes.
What if I buy it? Buy a set. I mean, you can. Oh, buy a pinata?
If you buy a pinata and gift it to me, Leggett and I will destroy the pinata for the kids.
Just no Stone Cold Stunners. Other methods of destruction are welcome.
Unless donations happen, and that's what's requested.
Okay.
We are here to fight for the kids. Then you have what you bought. Exactly. So yeah, that's we're gonna be playing some Overwatch. You should join in because it's cross-platform now. Stop hiding. It's cross-platform. And we're not afraid. Congratulations, Boater, on crushing it. Sam the Lion
you.
raised 352 already. Rayfulf with 350. Love Alec with 197. And so many of our other teammates. Sustainer with 140. Pyacular with 100. Brunerd with 75. Akai 1988 with 30. And Ariella doing a fantastic job supporting St. Jude's in every way that she always does every year. A dollar raised, a dollar not raised. It's all going to a fantastic cause, a great thing, bringing the team total to a argumentatively spectacular or nifty, depending on which way you lean, $2,335.
I know,
Bravo.
like we crushed it last year, so I set the goal pretty high. We'll see what happens. Like the last week tends to be really strong with fundraising, as we're like, all
Yes.
right, we're coming in there. So, if you have donated before, thank you so much. Share the links. Try to get more people to do so, more people to watch. If you have not, if you can consider opening your wallet even for $1 or $3 or whatever, the average donation is $33, but St. Jude is 75% run by individual donations, so it's fantastic cause.
Since we didn't get to do this, and I'm a little bit sad, but Boater, did you know that St. Jude's treats children from all 50 states and around the world?
Well, I knew that, but some of our viewers may not have.
And
Boda, you're not funny.
because St. Jude freely shares their discoveries, every child saved at St. Jude means doctors and scientists worldwide can use that knowledge to save thousands more children.
And that's kids that don't have to travel to Memphis to get treatment because of the work that's done there and shared with the medical community. Again,
Which-
it's not just a children's hospital, it's a children's research hospital. So,
Which means it doesn't happen anywhere else.
okay, like you said, we have some fun topics that we want to get to. So let's go. Let's start with what GameStop's doing in our NFT roundup.
GameStop corporate. GameStop corporate.
So they announced a couple of days ago, just basically, just some boilerplate saying of wanting to get into blockchain. What the internet did for communication, blockchains do for value. Yeah, because GameStop would know value when it slams them upside the head.
What year did they tweet this? What year did they put this
Year
out?
of our Lord 2022.
Oh!
Now global communities can connect, coordinate, and transact like never before. Public, permissionless, credibly neutral value layers, power to the players. None of that means anything. GameStop wouldn't know value if you punch them with a stack of $2 Madden discs. Got him.
Oh, God.
So that was announced a few days ago. I decided to go to the GameStop NFT Twitter account. And for the moment, what they have actually launched is a cryptocurrency wallet. It's a wallet for Ethereum, can be used for NFTs, etc. They haven't launched their own currency, I don't think. They haven't launched an NFT series. They're basically another service that can hold on to your cryptocurrency for you. Dave, I don't know how much you know about crypto wallets and the different forms they might take.
I own a wallet.
Okay.
So that's my experience.
If this is a crypto wallet and it has in it various coins and stuff like that, there's different ways that it can be held. One is on something that basically looks like a thumb drive, and you carry it around with you. That is your wallet. It says that you have however many Ethereum or Dogecoin or whatever.
But Boater, what if I'm forgetful and I leave my thumb drive somewhere? I'm out that stuff, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. That stuff is gone. And so if you might pull a whoopsie doodle on that, then you can allow others to take care of your wallet for you. And that's what GameStop is doing. They're setting up their wallet as their servers and stuff like that, and that you just log into with a secret passphrase. It's a password. everybody. It's a password. You log into it with a password.
No, the bros, the
Half
consumers
of
called it.
half of their tweets are telling you how to safely use a password and not to share it with anyone. It's like I'm telling my grandmother how to use the internet,
Does
which gets me a lot of weird looks at the cemetery.
does GameStop get to claim like some amount of stock or like corporate, falderall about having this wallet if people start using it? Is this their next attempt to get back to the moon?
I don't know. I don't know why anyone would get into anything blockchain in the year of our Lord 2022 if you're already in it and you're already hip deep in that. You're an idiot for not getting out of it, but at least you made your decision when the markets were up. If you're doing it now, you're stupid. You're dumb. This is a subtweet for Ritual Motion. GameStop, everybody, who is so late to the game that they may as well be Internet Explorer. That's all I got for that.
Oh god, they Microsoft edged themselves.
Dave, you can't say that. This is a theme for kids.
Hey, Edge is the new Explorer. Are there more internet terms that I'm not knowing of? You people!
I need Jesus.
Stop it! Stop it, internet. So, in child-appropriate, child-friendly fun and things like that, Yu-Gi-Oh! The company Konami has recently decided to make a change in the cards you're able to play at tournaments. Specifically, the change of heart card has gone from being banned outright in tournament play to being limited. Now, I know what you're thinking. Banned, we all get that. It means you can't use it, you can't have it.
Correct.
In Yu-Gi-Oh's format of limited, it means that you can have one copy of it in either your main deck, extra deck, or side deck combined.
Okay.
You can have one copy in all three of those.
Okay.
If you have any more, you are disqualified from whatever event you're in if they find it in there.
Yeah.
An interesting thing, because Change of Heart was a card that allowed you to take control of one of your opponent's monsters for one turn,
Okay.
or until end of turn.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see how that card coming back after being unusable in its entirety in the meta, and how it goes and changes current format card games. It used to be used as one of those ways of like if someone would put out a big stompy monster, or if someone had a monster that Bakara used it in the anime exactly.
It's basically a I know you are, but what am I?
Mhm.
Yeah. Or the Uno reverse card.
It's
That's actually probably where that meme came from.
possibly.
Him holding up that card may have been subbed out with the Uno reverse.
Yes. Well, an A card indefinitely.
Well, a card definitely. That was a Yu-Gi-Oh still, but I don't know. Anyway,
So excited to see that back in action, and I'll be excited to hear from you folks. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh, let us know. Are you buying a Change of Heart? Are you paying the premiums on the card Change of Heart right now because it's coming back up? Well, you let us know.
while you do that, EA has been letting us know that, hey, so everyone's getting bought out, and that's a lot of money. We could maybe be amenable to somebody buy us, please. Please, somebody buy us. Oh, but don't take control of the company. We still want to do that. No, all we want is just money. Yeah, just money. Thank you. That's what's going. Like, they've signaled that they are open to being bought out. They had talks with, I think, like maybe Viacom or something. I don't remember off the top of my head. But they were actually somewhat into talks, but those talks broke down, among other things, because of the amount of creative control that EA wanted to have over itself while being part of another company. In the meantime, maybe to make themselves a more attractive target for being bought, they have in turn been buying smaller studios and consolidating, and everything is awful in our corporate hellscape. 3 people own everything.
That's so funny. I have one in Portuguese if anyone's interested. Steve offering up a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I like the fact that EA literally was like, that is one of the most money-hungry companies out there, indefinitely. But the fact that they're literally like, yeah, we want to get bought out, but a board stays. We maintain control of everything.
Yeah,
So we just want you to. Basically, they want to invest, but they don't want to say the words invest because they're a big company now.
Yeah.
And people don't do that.
And I mean, like, they're not necessarily looking to get bought by someone in the gaming industry. They're looking for, some venture capitalist firm or
Yeah,
something.
other Fortune 500 that wants
So not exactly
diversify.
like Activision getting bought by Microsoft, which I will reiterate is technically not approved yet and everything like that. That's still all going through. So it's not technically like that where they're being bought by another company and consolidating. That said, they are buying other smaller companies and consolidating like that. Let me offer you a bit of advice here, EA. If you want to get that sweet, sweet buyout money, have something absolutely awful happen at your company, cause a big scandal, your stock price plummets, and they get you for a song. And then you get a golden parachute and you're fine.
We have just the man for you!
What else can I help you with?
On that. This guy knows what's up.
Bobo, we have a job for you. Once you leave and you have your golden parachute, you can golden parachute right over to EA. They love you. You would love the systems they do
Oh my
in
god. Could
in
you
their games.
imagine just Bobby like showing up at an EA board meeting without Activision behind him?
Yep.
He's like, please don't
can.
hurt me.
I can picture him walking into a room like Wario from the old 8-bit games, like, like smashing through a wall, being like, I'll pay for it, and I'll have it repaired in gold. I'll offer $1, says Taco Pill.
Nice.
As their not legal representatives, sold. Now start telling people you're part owner of EA. They want their cake and eat it too, says Taco Pill. Exactly. I did have a little bit of EA news, and it came in a confusing headline.
Okay.
That they are laying off employees from their support centers
Okay.
in Texas and Ireland. First of all,
Okay.
who here has called EA support in the last 10 years? Who does that? Why would you do that? And I feel very bad for those workers. But they said it is not to do with the recent fact that they have left the FIFA brand aside and are now going to be doing EA FC Football Club on their own, using literally all the same licenses because FIFA doesn't own.
Yeah,
they just own the World Cup. That's their big thing. The rumor on the internet, the rumor is, Boater, that it's because they called for raises because the last one they got on the books was 10 cents.
Cool.
But they are reportedly laying off those employees. They're making it more able to be changed to a current needs and wants of the game sphere, said a representative from there. So EA continuing to do EA things no matter what.
Yeah. Speaking of a sector of employees asking for more, quality assurance at Raven Software, an Activision Blizzard studio, voted to unionize. They are officially in a union now. I did not look up the name of the union. I apologize.
Communications Workers of America, founded in 1938. They were originally for OG telephone workers. They fought, and that union, by the way, fought the United States government during the World War II era and won. So they've also combated with Bell, which used to be AT&T, and lots of other companies. It's a strong union that they joined, and congratulations to the employees of Ravensoft for having an almost entirely unanimous vote.
Yep, so it's representing 28 QA devs. The vote was 19 in favor and 3 against, with 6 not voting or abstaining or something like that. Activision Blizzard said in a statement to Kotaku, "We believe that an important decision that will impact the entire Raven Software studio of roughly 350 people should not be made by 19 Raven employees." It's like, oh, well, maybe you should have listened to them then, and they wouldn't have had to do this to you. Oh, no. Besides, you're right. It does affect a lot of people at Raven because they'll look at that and say, "We could have that. We could have that. Would be now that they've done the hard work. We could have that." So it will affect a lot of people at Raven. But don't worry, it's going to be a little more democratic than just 19 developers.
I I don't think Activision Blizzard realizes what that means.
Oh,
Because
they 100% know what it means. They have been doing some hardcore union busting. We've reported on it
yes,
on the show. They have hired some really big anti-union law firms to represent them and to make things happen. And the union vote still went through anyway. And when stuff like this happens, especially in the current climate, where the first Starbucks that unionized was in Buffalo in February,
Yep.
January,
Yep.
and now there's dozens that are unionized nationwide. All it takes is one, and that flood wall just collapses, especially in the current climate of how people are being treated by big corporations.
as a member of a union, boy howdy, do big corporations underestimate how they can't suddenly be like, well, do you mind working past? What about crunch? We have to get this game done by
Mhm.
December, and all these things have to. But the people are going to be so sick. You're not able to use that little taggy.
It's like, how about instead of crunching your 350 workers, you hire 100 more?
Oh, and actually being one of those people that they would hire during crunchy times because of the changes that Activision Blizzard did make about their quality testers and things like that, it wouldn't be a bad gig. It wouldn't. You'd have a lot of things, including vacation time.
Yeah.
You'd have paid off time. So,
I don't know about wouldn't be a bad gig, but it certainly would be a better gig than it was in the past.
yes, pardon me. It would
Quality
be-
assurance is still like you
it's-
catch a lot of like flack from all directions. Quality assurance is not easy.
The job is the job.
Yeah,
But
But
it's
yes,
now
the
a job that they're
circumstances
able to
surrounding it
show.
are a
they're
lot
not-
better.
It's now a job they brag about on their website as opposed to hide in the back rooms.
yeah.
So bravo to Raven Software, their employees. Just remember, stay strong, and making a decision for you, your family, and your fellow workers may not be appreciated now, may not be appreciated during your tenure, but it is important that your voice is heard.
On that note, like, don't let anyone tell you how you should. Don't let anyone tell you should be ashamed of how you voted. But also, like, don't listen to us being like, "Woo, yay!" It's great. You've done what you feel is best for you. We happen to agree with you. Just keep getting the word out there, and hopefully, more people agree that what you've done will also be great for them, because that's how progress is made. That's all the topics I brought to the table, Dave.
So, I'm looking down the barrel of a lot of fun things and a lot of things going on. Starting with the fact that a game that I will not be playing during Play Live because of the rating that it is, but it's killing me on the inside because half
Is it
a
killing you softly?
million copies of Evil Dead the game were sold in 5 days.
Wow.
Announced, bragged by Sable Interactive, the publisher of said game.
Wow.
Yes, 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 yes.
Huh?
Love it. Want it. Watching it. Gonna have it. Can't buy it because otherwise I'm gonna play it, and I don't have time right now. I am very proud of that. We're also looking forward to Boder. Are your are your family senses tingling? Because
I'm confused.
because a particular
And
little
alarmed.
brother of Insane Games has
Oh,
some
okay.
really big news.
Okay.
Um,
Let's hear it.
Insane Games TV's Insane Games' little brother, Epic, has some cool crossovers coming, and little bro, we're really excited that you're getting a hero of the '80s and a previous topic that we have discussed on this program. Pac-Man is coming to Fortnite in June. What does that look like? I don't know, but they announced it on the Pac-Man website before Fortnite did. It's gonna be good. It's
The
gonna be
entire
whatever it is.
map is segmented into hallways. One person drops his Pac-Man with power pills and everything, and everyone else is the ghost trying to eat them.
I love it.
Game! A Pac-Man Battle Royale!
Speaking of game, set, match, our good friend, our compatriot, and perennial topic here on the Nerd Glasses. That's right, baby. Kojima News!
Hold on. Hold on. No. Wait. No. I don't see Conspiracy Baseball. You can't talk Kojima if Conspiracy Baseball is not here.
I can, because this is not conspiracy.
I don't believe it. Give me the tinfoil.
Do you want the tinfoil?
Yes, because I refuse to believe that anything you have to say about Kojima is actually news.
You can make your own tinfoil hat if
You
you'd
know
like.
what?
I'll bring Conspiracy Baseball out just so that
Conspiracy
so
Baseball
that-
doesn't help your case out here.
just so that out of the way, Parker. Oh, excuse me, Miles.
If you're gonna use surnames the whole way. Come on, man. Okay, what
Oh,
news?
that is Parker. Out of my way, Parker. I have things to do.
What news do we have?
May 17th, our good friend Norman Reedus does an interview with Leo, a lifestyle magazine.
Huh?
And he talked about all the experiences of being on The Walking Dead, doing video games and things like that. And he offhandedly said, and I quote, "Yeah, it was a really great time, and we started working on the second one, period, and moved on and kept talking about things." May 21st, our personal messiah, Kojima, tweeted at Norman Reedus with a bunch of pictures of the two of them hanging out and one photo of him holding the bad guy from The Walking Dead's bat
Okay.
in his hand
Yep.
with the quote, "Go to your private room, friend," a thumbs up and a heart-eyed emoji. And then he specifically had to confirm that they had literally just started working on Death Stranding 2. His hand was forced by the main character of the game.
What does
And
chat think? Does the tinfoil come off? Are we buying it now?
do you guys think that this is Kojima news, or do you think that this is Faunch
think-
and Fairy Tale?
Do you think that this is them just jerking people around by the chain because that's how it goes? It's, oh, you have an interview coming up? Well, accidentally mention that you started work on the sequel and then move on to something else. That'll keep them occupied.
I do know that Norman Reedus
It's never Kojima news.
has indefinitely gotten himself in a little bit of trouble with regard to this, because a couple of months ago he specifically said, he's like, "Yeah, me and Kojima were talking about doing some more projects together and this that, and the other," and the person was like, "So you're talking about Death Stranding 2?" And you could see where the writer wrote that he closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and thought for a minute about whether he was allowed to talk what they had been talking about. And it's like, I feel a little bad for that guy, because he's very in demand these days. Those are the things like, am I allowed to talk about this? Oh God. Am I allowed to talk about this? Oh God. Like, but he just went for it, and more respect to you. And I am most hyped about that. It's been a pretty Dave friendly news month. We've got Alan Wake 2 confirmed. We've got Death Stranding 2 confirmed, and now we have calls on the internet, by the way, to toss a coin to your Witcher, a friend of humanity. That's right, folks. Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, CD Projekt Red were able to confirm that their efforts of doing The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt in-house have yielded that they are indefinitely going to finish the game Q4 2022.
Nice.
That means between October and December 31st. Obviously, they're going to shoot probably for the December window.
So I keep on forgetting, this is a remake for current generations, or like a remaster?
It is an updated version of The Witcher 3
Okay.
Wild Hunt that's on Switch, that's on PlayStation 4, that's on Xbox One, that was on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.
Yep.
Now it's going to be on the 5 and the Series X, and then the penultimate ultimate version is going to be available on the PC because you guys got everything. But unfortunately, you guys also get
I
everything good
forget
and bad.
why I got Witcher 3 with like a code or something, so it's in my Steam library. I just never played it.
I bought it because it was $5, and at
It
that
might have been
price,
that.
it
Like
was
if
so much
$5.
value. I was like, I can't.
Yeah, I might have
can't
just
not.
got it for $5. Yeah, I'll want to play this eventually. Still haven't, but you know.
Um, so I'm stoked about that. I did have a story come across my desk in my searching
Into your
travels,
inbox. Yep.
and I'm stoked about it. It's a game that's coming out for PC in 2022, and I'm not going to play the trailer on here, but I highly recommend you look for Metal Hellsinger. It's a FPS rhythm game.
Okay.
And not only is it literally the most Doom thing you can see on there, they actually grabbed uh, Alyssa White Gluz, the lead singer currently of Arch Enemy,
Okay.
Matthew Heavey, the singer, songwriter, guitarist for Trivium, also Twitch streamer. Shout out the Nerd Glasses bump for you. They also got Randall Bly, the lead singer of Lamb of God, and Serge Tankin of Serge Tankin and System of a Down fame, and a lot of other artists. And they keep announcing them and releasing tracks for them and things like that.
Okay.
And I'm just pumped about that. Metal is awesome, and I love listening to it, and you should too.
You're not gonna tell me what to listen to.
Okay.
I'm gonna go listen to Enya.
I mean, Enya's awesome too. You should listen to that.
I think I heard a mashup one time of Enya with some metal of some sort. I gotta track that down. If I haven't heard it, I want to now.
Scrolling around on Twitter, I came across a particular Twitch reporter, and he announced something that may be in the works, and it is a with a grain of salt journalistic source.
Okay.
Zach Bussey. But at the same point, he has leaked a lot of things, and he does have some inside news. And I have a
Okay.
feeling he probably rummages through trash cans on the way on Fridays. But
You know, why not?
he did announce that Twitch is planning on scrapping the rerun feature. Have you
The
ever
what
used
feature?
It? Oh, so you have no idea what. So the rerun feature is where you could take previous streams that you had done.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And you can have your channel go live, and it would rerun the entirety of the live segment, showing the chat from the rerun and things like that.
Mhm.
And it says your channel's live, so you can get new subscribers, new viewers, things like that.
Mhm.
Widely used on Twitch is just chatting.
Yeah.
Widely by ASMR streamers, by this and the other. The model became that people would do one very long live stream and then would just re-air it a couple of times that week
Yeah.
until they went live again, and they would make new content or things like that.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, on the one hand, it's like, oh, well, that's cheating. On the other hand, it's like, I mean, it works for other mediums. You know, it works for TV. Make it and then rerun it and get your ratings, get your viewers, stuff like that. You know.
I feel through looking at it, the goal is to these people who have millions of followers and thousands of viewers and a lot of engagement aren't necessarily engaging as much on the live aspect and are using
That's what I feel would be against it. Like, if it was because the appeal of a live broadcast on Twitch is the chat and the potential interaction and all that. Whereas a live broadcast on TV is just, all right, cool, ads, let's make some popcorn. You know, that's the most interaction you get is timing your bathroom breaks. And so yeah, like I would never do that because I wouldn't want to do that to my community, and I wouldn't want if for some reason a whole bunch of people showed up out of the blue on one of my live streams where I wasn't actually live, I would feel like I lost out on something. So it's clearly for the ones that like they do their thing and don't interact with their community at all. If you're already not interacting with your community because there's like 75 chats every 10 seconds,
or They interact with their communities on other platforms, and Twitch is just kind of a way of,
Yeah.
of engaging to a certain degree, but then they use other mediums, other broadcast types, which ties into the same idea of Twitch being more open to the idea of affiliates and partners being able to live stream to other platforms at the
Mhm.
same time, as well as use other mediums. TikTok, as many of you know, does not like it when you mention other platforms on it. They don't like when you have a link to a Twitch. They really don't like when you say the word "tune in on Twitch on such and such time." Um, but other platforms like it when you cross brand and when you do these things and when you have a stronghold and things like that. And it does make for a more even keeled base, as opposed to the folks that do catch a Twitch ban and realize our
They got
income
nowhere
is
to go.
severely cut and we're going to be in trouble if we don't overturn this
Yeah.
Twitch
If you're
ban
not
or
diversified.
things like that.
So
Um,
anyway, Twitch is looking to do something with replays.
with rerun, and
Reruns.
I'm interested to see what they do if it goes the way of hype trains, the hype train remaster, where they just kind of went nope, 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 you interneted it all over it and now it's ruined, or what they decide to do with that. The workaround, for those of you that are saying, but I pre-record kind of things like that. You click go live, you hit play video, you're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, I
Like-
mean, you can still absolutely do that. The issue does still remain of chat, whatever. It just means that chat isn't going to replay in the chat window, which also feels disingenuous because if you were then typing in the chat window and nobody from the previous chat is responding with you, that just gets really crowded. It's bizarre.
It'll be fun. It'll be interesting. And well, I know we've
Okay.
till 9.
That's
Thank
fine.
you, Mr. Rushy Rusherson.
Citadel
Um,
starts at 9. We started at 7:45.
Ooh, Boater's time more valuable than Dave's. Ooh, so Steve showed me something really fun, and I'm very excited for
I'm
it.
hurt.
And we are looking at the next Universal game, the next Smash Bros. Killer. I mean, they don't really care about that. But have you seen anything about multiverses? Oh, then you watch this with me and you react as you see this beauty, and know that it is a free to play platform fighter. It'll have 1v1, it'll have 2v2, it'll have 4 versus all in different game modes. And as you can see from the character stakes and things like that, by the way, Arya Stark, WB Games put this together, and they're looking greatly forward to it. It is slated for a release in 2022, and by far my favorite moment, they reference... Steve, what's the Instinct Shaggy? Ultra Instinct Shaggy. Pardon me, DBZ fans. But this game featuring an all-star cast. Kevin Conroy as reprising the role as Batman. Maisie Williams as Arya Stark.
Oh, wow.
George Newbern as Superman. Georgie, can't wait to fight you, because God do I hate Superman. Matthew Lillard reprising his role as Shaggy.
Zoinks.
And Kate Micucci as Velma, who has been the voice of Velma since 2015 in the What's New Scooby-Doo franchise, as well as if there was a famous voice actor tied to a particular character that you see here on the screen, they are the voice. WB is opening the vault. I mean, they own these IPs.
Yeah.
So, for example, remember how Futurama got marred because they didn't have John DiMaggio revoicing Bender?
Yeah.
Guess who they have voicing?
Well, I
Jake?
mean, it's the Nickelodeon game where a lot of people said it was really good, but then the characters weren't voiced at all. You know, and that was such a big thing for the IP. Now, personally, this feels a bit much to me. And it was a similar complaint. I saw some people complaining about this with the new Rescue Rangers movie, that it's just like, just because you own all of these IPs doesn't mean they should go together. Like, Disney will do their Disney Princess mashup stuff, but they won't then, like, cross it over with Marvel and with Star Wars, whatever. Like, I don't know. Should Iron Giant be in a fighting game?
I think so. I'm gonna play it. Also,
I mean, I'm sure it's fun and whatever, but that goes against what the whole point of his character was in his movie.
indeed, so did the merchandising though, and the toys that they made, and all that stuff. But the point remains of
So
this will definitely be a test of, does this game have like 3 months of hype and then they drop it because it is, a free to play game. So WB Games does have some pedigree in making previously good games and things like that with their IPs. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this game shakes out. I'm very hyped about it, and I literally cannot wait because one of the rumored characters is also LeBron James himself. And I can't wait to fight Superman as LeBron James 2022, saying that sentence out loud. Thank you very much, Steve, by the way, for the story. I know some of you wonderful folks in Discord also had posted some of the links to the stories. I know Demon Dragon had some of the stories that we had covered. Sustaina also right on the money the second the Raven QA announcement happened and things like that. I also believe Vlad Blood did. Yep. Vlad Blood covering this. And thank you guys for always participating and always doing such phenomenal stuff and helping us. By the way, you can yell at Demon Dragon when you get home because they also tweeted the Norman Reedus opens his moof and realizes that he maybe shouldn't have. To close, I'm very excited about this last bit because, as you know, Boater, I'm a big fan of metal music. I love it. I love the power of it. I love the drive of it. And there's no bigger name in metal than Metallica. A name that comes up, a name that begets many, many different different relationships with so many different folks, depending on how you know them. Napster. But
sorry. It was being moved around. Whatever.
No worries.
Whatever we need to be on. Steve's got it.
I'm looking forward to. I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to kind of read what's happening on stage. This is on Thursday, May 12th. During the middle of their set, James talks to the audience during Metallica shows and things like that. But he then goes into a little bit of a breakdown, to be honest, and he says, on unscripted, and I quote, "I got to tell you, I wasn't feeling very good before I came out here. Feeling a bit insecure, like I'm the old guy, can't play anymore. All this BS that I tell myself in my head. So I talked to these guys," pointing to his bandmates, "and they helped me. Simple as that. They gave me a hug and said, hey, if you're struggling stage, we've got your back. And I tell you, it means the world to me." So James, in the middle of the show, does this to acknowledge Lars Ulrich, Kirk Hammett, and Rob Trujillo, the drummer, guitarist, and bass player, go up to him and embrace him during the show, seeing that this is him maybe saying, like, I need a minute, I need a little help, and things like that. And James ends this moment before they go into their next song with, and seeing you out there, I am not alone. I'm not alone, and neither are you. And they went into their next song and they killed it. And it was really, it's awesome to see people like this, people who have a character, a persona of this, very big and loud and and things like that, showing that it's okay to cry sometimes. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to need help. It's okay to get help. And I'm proud of all this going on and things like that. We did mute, knowing that Metallica's history of not liking sharing their stuff, but I was really stoked about that, and I heard it, and it made me really excited that more so than ever these days, if you're out there and you need help, there's help out there to get, and it's so readily accessible. You just have to know that you want it, that you need it, and that you want to have it in you to get the help that you want or need for a moment, for a lifetime, for a day, for a month, for a year. And I'm very proud of a lot of these big names and celebrities and things like that that are showing vulnerability without then being like, him being like, yeah, I was feeling really down, and then I had a Coca-Cola, and now I'm feeling better, and things like that, and
Yeah.
sullying the message and dirtying it up with sponsorships and things like that. But
Yeah,
just
like bravely going through with the message instead of like undercutting it with self-deprecation or something.
exactly. So thank you, Papa Het, for your honesty, your earnesty, and congratulations on your sobriety. Not an easy thing to do in a metal band and touring and all that. But that was the last thing I did want to share, especially because I had tabled that for for a week, and I didn't want it to get too stale on the
Yeah.
shelf. Anything in closing?
I got nothing else to add. Ready to mention what we got coming up next and sign off. So
Fantastic. What do you got going on the Citadel after this?
as I mentioned, after this, I'm playing The Force Unleashed on the Citadel. I'm still raising money for St. Jude, so we're at 930 right now for the month. If we get
Hell
to
yeah.
1,000 tonight, I wear the rubber dinosaur hand puppets, trying to play the game for at least 10 minutes, plus longer if more donations come in. I think we're on Felucia. I forget what planet we're on. The one with the big old flowers and stuff, and we're gonna fight like an honest to god Jedi, and not just someone who's like washed up or crazy. So go for it, Star Killer. See how it goes. So if you want to see that, make sure that you stick around here. We go offline for about 5 minutes as we move the set over that way. We got a 10-minute countdown, and then I will see you on the Citadel playing The Force Unleashed. Until then, thank you so much for watching. I've been Boater.
I've been Dave Mann.
And we'll see you next Tuesday night at 7:45 Eastern right here on the Nerd Glasses podcast. Bye, everybody.